Hey guys, Ashley here to bring you another book review. Today I have The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw, I think that's how you pronounce that name. I gave this book, I want to say I gave this book about a 4 out of 5 stars, maybe even I want to say a 3.5, leaning toward a 4. It was a fun read. It was very different from what I thought it was going to be, and just a reminder for anyone who's new out there, I do give spoiler reviews. So if you want to read this book and don't want to be spoiled, please click out of this video and go find a spoilery free one, I guess. But I will be spoiling everything that happens in this book. So, okay. So The Wicked Deep was a really fun book to read. It's about this girl named Penny who lives in this town in Oregon. I believe it's Salem, Oregon? Nope, not Salem. It's Sparrow, Oregon, and Sparrow, Oregon is cursed, where once a year for a month, the 3 sisters that were drowned in the ocean 200 years ago return and kill boys for 1 month as revenge against the town. Now, I did find this book a lot of fun to read. I do wish there was more actual witchy elements to the book, but it was also nice to know that they weren't actually witches in the end, that they were just 3 innocent women who were killed because of circumstances that were basically out of their control. Yes, the older 2 did sleep around with the town, and technically it was the youngest one's fault, even though she only slept with 1 person, but it was really out of their control. Something I wish we knew more of is how exactly the curse happened, because it was proven that they were not witches at all. And they happened to be born on the same day every year, which I thought was very interesting to say. But there was just no explanation of how this curse started and how everything kind of worked with it, you know? And I kind of wish we had more of an explanation for that. Like, did they enact this curse when they drowned? How did they do that? All this kind of stuff. I don't know, that was just kind of like a weird, confusing part for me. A big part of this book, which I figured out right away, was that Penny was not actually Penny. Penny was Hazel, who was one of the sisters who drowned 200 years ago and comes back every year to kill boys. I knew it. I knew it the second she woke up the day after the big party or whatever, because she mentioned how she had water in her lungs. And I was just like, of course she's possessed. Like, it's so obvious that this actually happened. And it was almost anticlimactic when we found out, because her sister Aurora was just like, oh, hey, Hazel, what's up? Like, I know it's you. Like, it wasn't like oh, you're not going to tell me you're actually Hazel? Like, I don't know, it was just kind of like a nonchalant thing that we all should have known, which, I mean, I did, but I kind of wanted that, boom, like, oh my god, she's Hazel, like, who would have guessed? I will say the romance in this felt kind of insta-lovey to me, which it wasn't entirely a bad thing. They did get to know each other before they did things, but I don't know, it just felt very fast-paced for me, which it was a very fast-paced book, and I like the little flashbacks that we have of the sisters back in the day, because I thought it gave more character and we really understood them. But back to the romance. Like I said, it just felt very insta-lovey to me. I wasn't really kind of a fan of it, and I don't know, it was just kind of weird. I wasn't really rooting for them like I do most couples, but I don't know, it was just weird. I don't know, I didn't really like it. I thought the romance was kind of unnecessary, and that she wanted to stay because of him, like, or she didn't want to kill any more people because of a boy. Like, I don't know, I don't think you need a boy to be a reason why you don't kill people. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. That part I wasn't really a fan of. Something I was also kind of confused with was at the end when Hazel drowned herself again to break the curse, how the curse broke, because only one of the sisters, Hazel, ended up drowning to break the curse and the other 2 didn't. So it didn't make sense. Like, was Hazel the one that then enacted the curse and she had to be the one to drown to break it? Like, I don't know, that was just kind of confusing to me. Why? I just thought maybe she would drown herself and then the 2 sisters would just come back, not the 3rd. That was just kind of weird to me. Like, I didn't really understand that. I mean, it was interesting. It was an interesting concept of you have to re-drown and re-die to break the curse, you know? But then it was almost like the curse wasn't really broken. It was, because they didn't come back to kill people again. And how the townspeople didn't explain how their bodies didn't decompose in 200 years, I have no idea how they're going to explain that. But at the end, when they kind of mention that Hazel's ghost is still around and she still kind of watches over everybody, like, I don't know, that was kind of, I I wasn't a fan of it, only because it seemed like she wasn't truly resting at peace, that she was still on this earth. And I mean, maybe that is her peace, to just still wander around and kind of be there to watch over things, but I don't know, it felt kind of unsatisfactory to me that she was still around and still doing things and not really being at peace with her sisters. Like, you would think that's what they would want after 200 years of killing people. I will say, I kind of got more of a siren aspect of this book than a witch aspect. I guess from the cover I expected it to be more witchy, and they were drowned for being witches, but they acted more as sirens, as luring boys into the sea, into the deep, and then killing them and having their souls forever. And I wonder how that works, because the sisters talk about how they just kind of sleep off the year and whatever, but they keep the souls of the boys. So while they're in the ocean, are the souls of the boys there with them, kind of? They keep them company? And if so, why wouldn't Hazel just want to drown the guy just so he can be with her forever? I know that's dark and twisted, but they've been killing boys for 200 years. You'd think that would have popped into her mind of, we can be together forever, you know? But yeah, I got more of a siren vibe than a witchy vibe, which kind of sucks because I wanted a witchy read, but it was still very interesting. It was a very quick read, and I do recommend it for anyone looking for, funny enough, a fun summer read with a little fantasy twist and whodunit kind of thing. I do recommend it. It was a lot of fun to read. Anyway, guys, that was my really quick review of The Wicked Deep. Great book. Pick it up at the local library if you can. This cover is honestly beautiful, and it kind of like rainbow effects when it's in the light. I saw a cover where the moon was like on the actual thing, on the hardcover of the book, which would have been really cool to have. I didn't know that was a thing, so I might go looking for that edition. But yeah, again, great book. Pick it up when you can. It's funny enough, a fun summer read. But yeah, my name's Ashley. I make videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Bye.